Hi, this is Professor Mary. I'm going to walk through um, week 3 worksheet, which is all about type. Um, Under the type tool, there are several different type tools. So when you click and hold on the type tools in the toolbar, there's different types of type, and we're going to go through each one of them in this lesson. To pull the type tools off, if you click on this little button right here, it will float all the type tools. So I'm just going to put that right here. So the first type of type is the what's called the type tool. And there's two ways of using the type tool, this type tool. If you just point and click, that is what's called point type. So that's point type. Now the problem with this type of type is that you can't make a paragraph out of this. So the other way to make type is to click and drag a box, and that would make a paragraph of type. Now the good thing about the paragraph type, and by the way, this is what we call lipsum aurum type, and it's basically dummy type. In the old days when we used to mock up layouts, we would print this out and cut and paste it down into our layouts. So Illustrator gives us this dummy type. So when I want to make this box, because I drag this box, this would be called a box of type as opposed to point type, which is just one line. If I take my black arrow tool and I move this, it will reformat or reflow that type. Now if the type box is too small to contain all the type, there's a little plus sign here. That means there's more type to be displayed. So when you're using this first type tool, the type tool, you either click to make one line of type or you click and drag to make a paragraph. And that's this tool right here, which is the type tool. The next type of tool is the type on a path. And what that's going to do is that's going to create type on a path like this, but you have to first create the path. So if I go to, let's say, my spiral tool, and I draw a spiral, and then I get my type on a path tool, and I click on the path, this is type on a path. So when I make a shape, it will do that. Now the other thing that with this is the type on the path, when you create type on the path actually goes away. The next type of type that they talk about is this touch type tool. And so if I click on this, why isn't that working? It's going to create what's called touch type. Out of all the type, we don't really use this as much, so I'm not really going to worry about that. It's not really a tool that we use. Now, if I go to the second artboard, again, when I want to do type, I can do type area tool. And what this will do is if I make a box, let's say like this, and then I use the type area tool and I click on that, oops, I have to click inside of it, there we go, it makes it in there. Now, what's the difference between this and clicking and dragging with the type tool? There's really nothing, except, let me just delete that for a second. I'm going to come over here and just draw a more interesting shape. So I'm just going to quickly draw with my pen tool. It's going to draw like a little I'm just going to draw a polygon. So now if I get the type in an area and I click in there, it now makes it in that shape. So if you have any questions about the type tools, give me an email